And hello YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment with your host, me, Jonathan. Okay, so basically we're getting ready to say goodbye to the 2016 year. And we're getting ready for Oscars movies coming out. A lot of them right now in select theaters, some of them are going to start breaking out, worldwide pretty soon. So I went to go see La La Land. This movie stars Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. And this movie was directed by the director who made Whiplash, the one with J.K. Simmons and Miles Teller. Very good movie. You should go check that out. So this movie tells the story of Mia, played by Emma Stone, and she's basically one of these new upcoming new actresses, and she's struggling. She's struggling a lot. And then you have Ryan Gosling, who plays Sebastian, who's basically all about his life. It's all about jazz, like jazz music, and he wants to have his he has a goal in his life to open up a jazz club, and he's very passionate about it. He loves it to death, like old school jazz, and anything. He'll always talk about jazz, whether it be the old musicians who created the thing, and his knowledge of jazz music is great, and he's very good at it too. So when him and Emma Stone hook up in this movie, they kind of build this romance out of what they're passionate about. She's passionate about being an actress. He's passionate about being a good jazz player and also open his jazz club. And I love this movie a lot. This movie is awesome. This movie is basically a musical, but it does pay respect and says hi to old school Hollywood. I mean, literally, when you watch this movie, it feels like you're in a set of an old school Hollywood movie. It's great. I mean, I loved it a lot. I mean, musicals are one of those movies. Sometimes it can be great. Sometimes, like this movie, for instance, my personal opinion. Or it could be just, it's okay. Like certain other musical movies, But, you have some great musical movies, like The Sound of Music, great movie. But yeah, this movie, like blew my mind just because. Not because of the music. I mean, the music is great. It just blew my mind because the way the message was sending to Hollywood, saying that that old school Hollywood kicked butt, and it still does. I mean, Hollywood today is completely different. In some good and some bad ways, but it's old school Hollywood. I was like, wow, I wish I could be there. And that was cool. I mean, the way that they used the camera, the way that the colors made the movie great. It was, I couldn't believe how cool this movie was. A lot of cool musical moments in this movie. I mean, there are moments in the movie where, they're talking, then they break into song and dance, and it was just fun, and I just smiled the whole time just watching it. I really, really enjoyed this movie a lot. Yeah, I thought Emma Stone, she rocked in this movie. Probably gonna get a nomination. Maybe she wins, maybe she not, who knows. Ryan Gosling, I thought he was my favorite part of the whole movie. The way that dude was so passionate about jazz. And he made a reference in this movie. I'm going to spoil it a little bit for you. But it's just a minor spoiler. If you don't want to hear it, just fast forward to it. He says, jazz is kind of, dead. And he just wants to bring it back in a different way. And, I go to my head, wow, I think he's actually right. I mean, you hardly ever hear jazz. I mean, I personally never really heard it, really listened to it, but after hearing this, I kind of want to go back and actually listen to the great jazz players of this real life world. I think jazz is a cool, different tune for music. It's just great, and the way that they played in this movie, fantastic. I just wanted to keep hearing more jazz music. It was so cool. I thought, like I said, I thought this movie was great. This movie has. I can't say this movie has flaws personally because, I don't know, I just saw it and it was just great. But honestly, personally, I didn't really found anything wrong with this movie. I mean, the way that they balanced between the story and just music alone was great. There was one really good tap dancing scene in this movie. I loved it a lot. That's my favorite part of the whole movie. I'm gonna go too, negative about it. I don't know. Emma Stone had roommates in this movie. They couldn't have done without them. And, there was a moment where J.K. Simmons is in this movie too, and you know they could have just done without him either. He was only in one scene, so you know they couldn't have hired anybody for that scene. But other than that, I really don't have a problem. Even John Ledger was in this movie. He was cool. He didn't have too much to do in the movie, but he was cool for what he was doing in the movie. I liked him a lot. I didn't even expect him to be in the movie. I didn't even know he was in the movie. Well, yeah, I mean, those little minor details I didn't really, like, whatever. But, you know, the movie itself, this movie just basically is about Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. Their chemistry was just beyond awesome. It was great. I'm going to keep watching this movie whenever it comes out because I think this movie is awesome. So, there you go. So, I wanted to give it a 10, but I'm like, I might end up changing my mind eventually. But right now, it stays at a 9% out of 10. I love this movie. This movie's great. You know, it's really not, like, the minor flaws are there, but I can't really think of it right now, you know? It's there, but this movie just stays at a 9% out of 10. Maybe down the road I'll do another video about this. You know, after it comes out on Blu-ray or whatever, I'll watch it again and really pick at it. But for right now, I think it's just a brilliant film. I applaud the director. You know, the director, you know, after he made Whiplash, and he really loves music. I mean, obviously he did Whiplash, and that was a music bait that had some jazz in it, and then that was great. And then this one, he really respects the genre of jazz, so kudos to him. Can't remember his name, but I apologize, but it was brilliant. I think this movie is great. Hoping it gets a nomination for Best Picture. I don't know if it might win, but I'll make it win if it was up to me, but personally, but this movie's just cool. So, if you get a chance to go check out a movie that's not, you know, an action adventure or a horror movie, or it's just one of these movies that just, like, you know, not really good, but it looks okay, like Assassin's Creed or whatever, go check this movie out if you can, because sometimes, right now it's in select theaters, so you might have to look for the theater to find it. It took me forever to find it. But yeah, this movie's fun. I had fun coming out of it. I smiled. I had a couple of laughs in here too. I didn't expect that. Oh, I do find one other weakness about this movie. I wish the singing and dancing, they had more of it, you know? Some of them was like, oh, come on, I wanted more. But other than that, this movie's great. So, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think about it, if you're going to see La La Land. And, are you interested in this type of music? You know, jazz, what's your favorite type of music? Let me know in comments. And thank you, and have a good day.